What's up, everybody? It's Taylor. I know it's been a long time since I've posted on my personal channel. Just been kind of busy with the podcast and everything like that. But I posted this video, or rather, this recording, because I had some things to get off my chest. And I don't know why, as of late, it's been kind of difficult for me to, I guess, reach out to people, but it has been, um, and so I just kind of want to, I guess, for lack of a better word, vent, um, and my thoughts will not be organized at all. I will ramble and probably talk in circles and go back and forth, but I just, like I said, I need to get this off my chest. Um, so I'm just gonna, I guess, get right to it. So, for the most part, my entire life have, never been a stranger to talking about my mental health struggles, and everything like that. And, people who are close to me and really know me know, some things that I've been through and things that I've struggled with. And, for the past, I guess I'd say maybe year or so. I don't know the exact time frame, but that's about right. Maybe a year or so. You know, I haven't really just I've been so busy that I haven't really been thinking about that kind of stuff, And I know that kind of sounds bad that I haven't been thinking about my mental health, but I really have been busy, for those who don't know, I work in EMS now, emergency services, and emergency medical services. And when I'm working, I work 12-hour shifts, and when I'm not working, I'm asleep or doing the podcast, whatever. But I don't have time to even really focus on anything else. And lately, it's just been kind of hitting me, that there are some things that I guess I haven't unpacked and haven't really dealt with, and the past couple weeks, especially the past couple of days, they kind of all just been hitting me at once. And to whoever listens to this, if anybody, I'm not suicidal or anything like that. I don't want anybody to think that. But I am struggling. I will say that much. And I just kind of feel, I feel very alone right now. For those who don't know, I just recently moved into my own apartment, and I feel like I should be happy. You know what I'm saying? It's a big milestone in a young adult's life to move into their own place and kind of have that sense of freedom. And it is, I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong, I am. But I don't know. I just, like I said, lately I just been feeling like I am not where I'm supposed to be. I'm grateful for my job. I work for a great company. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't want to start anything, but I work for a great company, and I have great friends and everything like that. Like I said, with the apartment I just moved into, it just, I just had a birthday too, turned 24, and I don't know, I feel like I'm stagnant in life right now, and I don't know, it's really messing with me. In the past, I have reached out to people and kind of just vented to them about these types of things, but I don't know. I don't know what it is, lately, if it's, embarrassment, if it's just not wanting to bother people, whatever the case may be. I am having a hard time reaching out to the people that I care about and letting them know that I need help. And that's why I guess I decided to make this recording. It's a way of venting without judgment, I guess. yeah, I mean, like I said, I just feel like I'm failing for some reason, you know? I think about this quote that I've always heard, and it's comparison is the thief of joy. And I've never really, well, I'm not going to say I never have, but it's not something that I've done often. I don't really compare myself to other people. You know, everybody's walk in life is different. And just because one person is one place and I'm another place, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. But lately, it seems like even though I tell myself that, I still feel like I fail. And that just, I don't know. Just to dive a little bit deeper and I guess unpack, like I said, I do work in EMS, emergency services. And I know one of the things that I thought I dealt with, but lately I've been thinking about it, was just the experience of going to EMT school and, you know, dealing with all that because when I decided to go to EMT school, I was working at, I had just graduated, well, I had just graduated college, and I had just graduated college, and I was working at Lowe's, and you know, obviously, I was working at Lowe's because I needed a job. That wasn't obviously an end goal, and I was just thinking about it, and you know, what I really want to do, which is writing, you know, that's a whole nother story. We'll get into that. Like I said, I'm gonna ramble, so I'm trying to piece these thoughts together. But I decided to look into becoming an EMT, and I looked into the company that I work for now, and they had an EMT school, and I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I'll try it. You know, why not? It's something that I've never even thought about before, but we were in the heat of the pandemic, and unfortunately, I lost my aunt to coronavirus, and when all that happened, I was already thinking about going to EMT school before she passed away, but like I said, we were in the heart of the pandemic, and I was like, you know, I want to do something that's going to, I guess, make a difference, help people. And so when the company that I work for now, whenever they open up their applications for their EMT school, I applied, and they accepted my application. I went through the process. You know, I did a couple rounds of, you know, not interviews. Like I had to do like a physical agility test and all that. And anyways, the point is, I went through whatever I had to go through. I went through the process, and I got in. I really got in. Now, I put all my time and my energy into getting into EMT school. That's all I was thinking about every day. I prayed about getting into EMT school. You know, that's what my focus was on. You know, that's what I wanted to do next. That was my next step. So I got into EMT school. I went through EMT school. Never failed a test. Always studied. You know, and I made it. I became a certified EMT, and I'm proud of myself. And then it came time to actually go into orientation, to be out on the street. And I mean, I think I did okay. I thought I did okay in my orientation. And, you know, I struggled with geography, you know, knowing my way around the city, not just Little Rock, but other places as well. And that was a big struggle of mine in orientation, but I still passed my geography test, and my FTO released me. And I was an EMT, like a full-time EMT without, you know, watch. And so from the moment that I stepped on to the street as a released EMT, it was clear that I was not ready to be in that position. Like I said, I struggled with my geography. There were things that I was pretty much not, I don't know if scared is the word, but things that made me nervous. Like if we had a code, you know, a really bad car accident, things like that, like high stress situations that, you know, a paramedic would obviously need to depend on their partner for. And like I said, it was very clear in those moments that I just was not ready to be in that position. And I had, a little, I had a little spat with a paramedic, there, and that really fucked with me because she, I don't know, I never, like I said, I'm sorry for rambling, but my thoughts are not organized. I'm just trying to get them out. Um, she was just very disrespectful. And granted, I'm 100% going to take accountability. Like I said, I was not ready to be on the street as a released EMT. I needed more time in orientation. I needed more work in my geography. I just needed more time before I was in that position. So I will take full accountability. I messed up a lot. But in all that I messed up in, there was no reason for this woman to speak to me the way she did, to treat me the way she did, to use profanity towards me, embarrass me in front of firefighters, in front of doctors, in front of nurses, in front of other paramedics and EMTs. There was no reason for her to treat me in that manner, and that fucked with me a lot. And anybody who knows me knows that I wouldn't consider myself a confrontational person, but I have always been able to speak up in situations that I was uncomfortable in, or that, I felt like somebody was trying to press me. And for the first time in my life, this woman, she had me fucking shaking in my boots. Not because I was scared of her, but because I was scared of the situation. I felt that if I went back and said something against her, she'd been with this company for I don't know how long, and it's, people can say what they want to say, but I'm just gonna say it. She's white, I'm black, and I'm a more, masculine presenting woman than she is. In my mind, all those things were running through my mind, and I felt like if I went back to somebody with what she was doing, it wasn't gonna look good on my end. And they, it was her word against mine, and I was dealing with all that. Like, that was weighing on me. So I was thinking about all that, how it would look if I spazzed on her, how it would look if, I brought information to upper management. I was dealing with all that every shift that was going through my mind, on top of her berating me and treating me like a piece of shit, and on top of me feeling like I wasn't ready to be in that position anyway. So all this is like weighing on my mental health. And eventually, I talked to the supervisor and everything. He moved me around, and I got put with a different partner. But although this partner did not berate me, she was not disrespectful, she did tell me, Taylor, you're not ready. And I respected her. I was upset, not at her, at myself, because I knew she was right. I knew I wasn't ready to be a released EMT. And it wasn't for lack of trying. When I wasn't working, I would drive around the city, try to get more acquainted with roads and interstates and everything like that. And it just was not clicking. And it really fucked with me because I tried. I really tried. I would ask questions, but I felt like if I asked questions, I felt like an idiot, and they would get mad at me for not already knowing. But then they would tell me, if you don't know, ask. And it was a fucking mind fuck. I'm not gonna lie. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. And eventually, I left working on the street as an EMT, and I moved into dispatch, and now that's where I work now. And I'm happy there. It's not my end goal in life. I still have other goals, other things that I want to achieve. But for now, I'm happy where I'm at. And I feel like I've achieved a lot in dispatch. I'm way better at geography. I get to dispatch ambulances. I think my call taking skills are really good. So, yeah, that's where I'm at now. But I say all that to say that all that stuff that happened when I was training on the streets, I'd never really dealt with it. I kind of just left and went to dispatch and kind of put that to the wayside. And for some reason, it's like it's all coming back around, and it's fucking with me. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I failed. I see people that I went to EMT school with, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for everybody I went to EMT school with. If any of you are listening, I don't know if you are, but if any of you are listening, I'm proud of all of you. EMT school was hard, you know what I'm saying? And we all made it. And, yeah, so I'm not jealous. It's more of I look at my classmates, they're thriving out on the streets and stuff like that, and I couldn't do it. And that really just fucks with me to this day. I feel like I failed, Another thing that's really messing with me and my mental health is just, like I said, when I graduated college and everything like that, I was kind of on a high. I won first place my senior year for the play that I wrote, and I don't know, I felt like I had so many ideas, so many things that I wanted to do, write, and I haven't wrote jack shit since I graduated college. I haven't written anything at all. I sit at my laptop, I look at some ideas that I've kind of jotted down, some storyboards, and it amounts to nothing. I don't have a muse to write. I don't have any just ideas that I just gotta get on paper. And that's fucking with me too, because for 4 years I went to college, And I don't feel like it's wasted or anything like that, but for 4 years I went to college and I graduated, and it's like I haven't written anything in like 2 years. I graduated 2 years ago and haven't written shit, and I feel like a failure there. I feel like it was a waste sometimes. Sometimes I feel like it was a waste. I don't always feel like that, And then, I have friends who also went to college, maybe not on the playwriting side, but, acting and stuff like that. They're doing great things, and I'm like, why can't I do that? Why can't I just sit down and let it flow out of me? And I don't know. That's fucking with me. And, like I mentioned earlier, for those who don't know, I now have a podcast. Listen or don't, check it out. That's a whole different YouTube channel. But even with listen or don't, and listen to, if anybody that I do the podcast with, Daryl, Steven, Trey, sometimes, if you guys are listening, it's nothing against you, but sometimes I feel like, it's just not consistent. I feel like, and honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I've had to grapple with the fact that it's not just my podcast anymore. And not that I want it to be, but when I came up with the idea for the podcast, it was me kind of just planning everything out in my head. And when you work with other people, you have to take their ideas into consideration. It's not me, it's us. And, sometimes I feel like we could do a better job of, content. We still don't have any video or anything like that to promote to people. It's just audio. Sometimes the audio sucks. We just had to scrap a whole episode because the audio was trash. That's a whole episode of our time, hours of our time, that we sat down and talked about topics and, jokes and stuff like that. Gone. Well, it's not gone. It's on my laptop, but it's not going out because you can't hear shit. And it's shit like that. I just feel like sometimes, like, I can't win for losing, It's like, no matter how hard I try, I'm trying to be consistent with this podcast, tell people to listen to it. I'm not going to say any names, but, people that I consider close friends of mine still have not supported my podcast. Fuck, if you're not going to listen, follow something. You know what I'm saying? I support y'all. And, look, it's not personal. Like I said, I'm just kind of emotional right now. So, it's like, I can't win for losing sometimes, Anyways, I say all that to say, like I said, I'm struggling right now. Like I said, I'm not suicidal or anything like that. I'm not gonna kill myself. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, I have, but ultimately, I'm not gonna do that. But to anybody, if anybody made it to the end of this, if anybody's listening, I need help, and I don't know how to ask. And so that's why I made this. I need help. I'm struggling mentally. And yeah, so if you made it to the end of this, if you listened at all, um, I thank you. I appreciate you. I know it's like 20 minutes of me rambling and crying and shit like that. Literally sitting here in my apartment alone, talking into a microphone, probably look like an idiot. But um, if you did make it to the end of this, thank you. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I need help. Um, I'm struggling mentally, and I'm out here trying to make it just like everybody else, but it's hard. Not gonna lie. Anyways, that's all I have to say. If you made it to the end, once again, thank you. Appreciate you, and I just wanted to get these things off my chest because I've been dealing with it for a really long time. And yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all I really got to say. I would say like and subscribe, but I don't even know if I'll post on this channel again with anything else. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, if you made it to the end, thanks, and I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one if there's a next one. So, thanks.